track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
I don't know why I just thought to back up this shit. True. Realize I was on the yard line.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on 1st. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Cohen. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now this one moves running back out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. On third down. Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. That one complete to Joe Reed. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Joe Reed, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you're
I hate when I do that shit. I hate when
covering him and thought he had a mismatch. But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Cohen. The first down, right around the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
On the board, dog.
The next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? It's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it? It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2. Love with it. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Bears 3, Packers nothing.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And this one's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. This time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Off the play fake, Love rolling to his right. And this is going to be caught. He won first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun. Love. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
We excited. This nigga excited.
40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position.
This nigga excited.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That is caught by Cohen. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Too easy, baby.
Michael Gallup.
They can be playing on the pressure around these bitch.
And the Bears have retaken the lead. Precision, precision, precision. That's the definition of it right there. Great pass, great catch for the score.
Yeah, people talk about arm strength all the time. Well, if you're not precise and you're not accurate, the arm strength really doesn't matter. We saw a little bit of everything with that throw.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
1st and 10.
I got some for that shit, brother. Got some of that bullshit you doing there,
dog. To get their
dog.
next drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Love from the gun. Being chased out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
What's up, buddy? What's on that shit, nigga?
This interception will go
You better run around all day and throw the ball. Papa Daddy.
You gotta understand where you are in the field. Middle position, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken
Well,
down
they
at the
want to
40-yard
live.
line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
That shit.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
3rd and 8.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this up near midfield, but then still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the
Getting in our groove now. Finally getting in our groove, baby. Let's go.
On 4th, they executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Yes, move push.
On 1st down, it's Cohen.
That number 3, boy, making everything happen for y'all,
Good
boy.
pickup on 1st down.
I hear
On that run, let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he completes it to Cohen. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Oh my God! Who the fuck is he throwing it to? Who the fuck is he throwing it to? Whoa! This got to be the most ignorant motherfucker out there. My nigga wide the fuck
Ready to
up.
get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field to the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers.
What is he throwing it to, bro?
Take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Final play of the half. Love eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete.
God,
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway.
Oh yeah, I know the mic on, man.
Taking it about the one. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history and tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll give it here to the running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite of a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his right.
Oh my fucking gosh.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver.
Yeah, I seen that bullshit.
Hey, was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score, at least where it is.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throw left side complete. That's Cohen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
See the shit I'm talking about here? God, almighty, boy. God,
baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Second and 2. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
They're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
They'll try the counter here, Cohen, and he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Michael Gallup with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Shotgun now. Here's an inside give. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd and short.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Right back to him on first down. He's to the 10, and he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he is out of bounds here. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Packers are back within a score. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting.
Some motherfucking pass interference fucked me up, bro.
Here's Myers to boot it away.
Nigga, pass interference fucked me up.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here.
Oh, shit.
Bring this one back.
Oh, shit.
Green Bay touchdown.
Oh, shit. That's what's up.
And a big turning point here in the 2nd half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score?
That nigga was
That
right
really
at the foot
changes
up,
things.
too.
Extra point up and through by Myers. So they elect to
It's all
decline
good.
it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The screen pass here to Cohen.
Bro, that number 53 all over, boy.
Back to the 14-yard line.
That nigga need to be installed. Something. Expect to stop that nigga all over.
With 2nd down coming up.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys. They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Bears on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Gallup getting it on the jet sweep. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Oh, bro, he's just, bro, they ain't had time to get down the field, bro. The fuck?
Across the 45.
Fuck
As a
out of here,
lineman,
that
they are
bullshit.
trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they
That
did
shit
there.
seems a hype.
Now a toss to the left with Cohen. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 15. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Cohen on the toss. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Tom Brady play landed on in this bitch.
Here's 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time.
Oh, throw the ball.
Anywhere to
Throw
go.
the ball, baby.
And he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And
Oh, he ain't even jump.
there as
That
it's
nigga ain't even jump.
intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will take
Oh,
this
he
all the
ain't
way
jump,
up
bro.
past the 40-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he's got it across across midfield and into Bear territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They go play action now. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Running back. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's corralled, but not.
Oh shit, motherfucker done fucked around, lost in this bitch.
It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over.
Hello.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they give this time to the tailback. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Love. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 12-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job to